Welcome everyone to WrestleSlam special. And you want to know why it's a special, lads? Because I am on hosting duties. Yeah,
Mm.
Jerry made a bold decision making me a host. It's like giving a chimpanzee a gun. It looks funny at first, but it might go out of control. So let's see how it is now. So first things first, boys, how's things yourselves at your end?
Good. All good.
All is good, and we just want to congratulate Killian Murphy, a Cork man, a fellow Corkonian, the Oscars. But some are saying a certain Mr. John Cena stole the thunder from Killian Murphy.
Yeah, I didn't stay up to watch the Oscars, unfortunately, on my end. But I opened my phone and literally all it was flooded with John Cena. We can't see him literally without the clothes on. That's the very first thing we need to talk about. Let's talk about John Cena for the next 35 minutes, lads. Uh, Phil, yeah, what do you think about that iconic Oscar moment?
John Cena would try anything. And me and my brother were talking about this. Do you see his new film yet?
Have it, no.
It's basically off the wall where he just does all weird random stuff. He's no
Is
shame. He's no shame, is what we were saying.
is
He'd
that
try
the
anything.
Is that the one where he actually did an OnlyFans just to
Yeah,
promote the
yeah, yeah.
movie?
That's it.
Okay,
Is
so
is
yeah,
is is it is it good?
No.
Shocking. Like, would I like it? Because you know my taste is cheesy
Well,
as
I
fuck.
I like John Cena in it, but the film isn't great.
mm.
And without giving away too much, what's it about? Was it just
It's just him, a down and out actor, trying to become buddies with Zac Efron and his buddies. But yeah, we couldn't even finish it.
Oh God, it's
oh man.
kind of funny you mentioned about Zac Efron real quick. The one movie that I'm gutted that I know it missed the deadline for the Oscars, but Iron Claw still would have liked to see in the Oscars because it was probably one of my favorite movies of this year so far. We saw it all together, lads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's probably just in regards to the Iron Claw, it's probably like I am the cheesiest of the cheesiest. I love my chick flicks and I don't like horror films, right? But I love Ready to Rumble, right? David Arquette, Scott Caan. I
Mm.
think that was class back when I was a kid. But is it? I go as far as saying it's probably one of the best wrestling films I've ever seen.
the Iron
Yeah,
Claw. Yeah, yeah, without a doubt.
yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is. Even with the controversial David Arquette winning the WCW title at the time, it is because so long my favorite wrestling movie was The Wrestler, just
Mm.
because it gave so many realism of like these are all the wrestlers living at hard times and you know the struggle and really eyes opening because I feel like that's what I like about those type of wrestling films to open non-wrestling fans' eyes to say this is what it's really like.
Yeah. I'm just sorry, I'm not changing the subject. I'd never talk shit about anyone or put anyone down. But like I think Mickey Rourke is gonna have to fucking rails, is he?
Right.
That's
Last I heard, he was finding it very hard to even learn lines for scripts.
Yeah, and he's blacklisted in a lot of places as well, I
Yeah,
think. Because
yeah,
like it's such a shame that film was incredible, but
yeah.
mm.
yeah, I think like even the Comic Cons now, like I think his fees have to drop in an awful lot. Like, but Jesus, the
It's
rest
hard
of
to
them
get him to go to these cons. He don't show up.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we're asking you, whoever's watching this right now, what's your favorite wrestling film? Comment down below and let us know. Love to hear it. Come on, lads. But look, lads, speaking of non-wrestling stuff, it's a bit lashing here, a bit of a drizzle. But there's one place that there was actually heavy rain going on. That's AEW with the Rainmaker Okada.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
like how you
great.
done that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great segue from my first hosting job. But yeah, so Okada is now joined with AEW. He is now part of the Elite with the Young Bucks. He's now signed on a long-term contract. He admitted about just signing with WWE. He said he loved that idea, loved to be at WrestleMania, but he'd rather stay in Japan, he famously said, and AEW will do that for him. So with Okada, with Will Ospreay, and with AEW Revolution, probably one of the best pay-per-views of this year so far. We talked shit about AEW, but do you think the company's picking up speed again, lads?
Last week was a big up. That I actually watched it for the first time. I watched the whole show,
Mm.
in full. I love all the new colors. I love the new logo. It's definitely on the up because it was such a hard show to watch. Let's see where it goes now this week with Sasha Banks and stuff like that. So we'll see. Although, did you hear what Sasha Banks said the other day? Which Tony Khan would be snapping, I'd say.
What
About
you saying now?
well, she said that she's unfinished business in WWE, but like you don't say that when you're joining Tony a new company. It
Yeah, yeah.
makes no
I mean,
sense.
Yeah.
I feel like Mina Money, if I got that name right, she's aware that everyone's talking about her coming to WWE, so I think she's just trying to feck with everyone at this point.
I think she offered WWE first, and they were like, "No, we're not going to pay that much money for you."
Yeah, it's a fair statement though. Like she made a name in NXT and WWE, so I think it's what I mean. That's where she started. That's where she has a lot of history with Bailey and many superstars there. But I think that's a fair statement. I think it's she's clearly going to go back at some stage. She's
At
not
some
never
point,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she is. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? And she's going to be paid a lot more money. I'd say she could be paid more than she was at WWE. But like it's
The funny thing is what you just said there is what Eric Bischoff said today in his podcast.
yeah,
Exactly the same thing. It's just a
yeah.
business. It's
It's
just a
just a
business.
business.
Yeah.
It's just a business. Like at the end of the day, if you don't feel appreciated, like and someone's holding the green light saying, "Come this way, and we're going to look after you," and they will, like she will be looked after because at the end of the day, All Elite Wrestling would allow wrestlers to do New Japan Pro Wrestling. They could do many things, but I think it's she needs to venture, and I'm not like. I'm not saying this out of character. Like I genuinely believe that Sasha Banks thinks she's bigger than what she is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I like the girl. I have no issues with her. Like, Jesus, this is not me being rude. Like, she's an incredible wrestler. She's very iconic, but she's made one or two comebacks in WWE, and I
Well,
was not impressed.
she's not going to bring the numbers of past 1 million for definitely not.
Yeah, like she has a great entrance and she's good in ring. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, it's. I got more of a buzz off Jay Cargill in the Royal Rumble than
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the last two returns of Sasha Banks. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And but I think she's an incredible athlete and a superstar. But I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying she hypes up these comebacks and they're not the way we expect them. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't say any more than that. That's perfectly said. I think you're right. I
yeah,
just don't think she's the new needle mover. I don't think she's a needle mover.
yeah,
Can
because
can they make her a needle mover? I don't know. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's the way they were operating, or maybe it's the way they were doing stuff. Can they repackage her, make her this crazy, superstar where she's a heel? She's just ruthless, knocking everyone out. Maybe it's not her fault. Who knows?
yeah, like I think this is a random like off topic, but Robbie Steers came back to NXT WWE. Used to be Ty Dillinger, if I got that
Yeah,
right, but now he's repackaged again. So I feel like
yeah.
they can definitely do that with Jazz Banks with her Shayna Money character so far. And if that's the case, I would appreciate it just because WWE knows who she is, knows that like Jerry said, she thinks that she's a big deal because of all this hype around her. But like I think with the proper like big return, then that'll get people like more interested in the product then like
Yeah,
with
we'll see
just
what happens on Wednesday.
Mm.
yeah, to keep an eye on. And yeah, speaking of the small independent company called WWE, lads, honestly, what does everyone think of the new ring design from WrestleMania? Starting from WrestleMania.
I'm not a fan of it because I think it looks ridiculous.
Mm.
Yeah. Here's a question because I don't know, and I'm going to ask the two of you because has there ever been something in the ring ever before in the middle of that ring?
In
Never
ECW and
WWE.
WCW, yeah.
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 Vince
Yeah.
McMahon hated it.
So
Yeah.
are we right to say there's never been anything in that ring?
If there was, it was very brief, but I don't remember it.
I think the only thing I can think of is when they're doing like talk show statements or like anything like that. But yeah, no, I can't think of anything WWE related in the ring. We could be wrong. WCW is big into that. But
Mm.
lads, if you saw my reaction, because Logan Paul knows how to piss off everyone. I mean, he pissed me off in general, but just showing I thought it was a joke. But WWE did announce, no, we have a partnership with Prime, and you're going to see it in the middle of the ring as long as Logan Paul is probably on contract.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not liking it for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons.
Well,
What way?
people are
What? Yeah.
photoshopping all the old moments that I did. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah. I'd love to know. Like I like that's none of my business, but I'd love to know what what he's paying WWE.
Yeah,
You,
that's it.
you
Like,
think there's some shady business backstage, you think?
No, not a
no,
chance.
no, no.
Not with TKO. I think if Vince was there, yeah, but
Yeah,
not with TKO. I think Prime are involved with UFC.
yeah,
So I'm just curious, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, if you're looking at a bottle of Prime, and average, the cheapest bottle is €3, which is $4, and then the expensive ones are probably $10, right? But if they're selling, like, they're probably making £1 million a week, you know what I mean, from that shit, like, you know, all around the world, you know.
more.
So
Yeah.
like, if that's a week, you know what I mean, a month, you know, a year, like, I'd love to know what they're paying. I think they have to publish it, don't they? I think you can find it somewhere, like.
Yeah, because I know that target audience ideally is like young crowd, like kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
And like I know Phil, you tested out Prime yourself.
I have two on my display unit somewhere. I have two
Mm.
bottles.
Oh God, okay. Yeah, WB is having you in the pocket right now, lad. Never had stuff. So I think it kind of makes sense for like having like lads watching WB, and even if they never tried, like I'm gonna go out buy a bottle. But personally, it's not hooking me at the moment. I want to say it's like the reveal for the latest WWE title. You're just gonna get used to it after the time. But for me, I don't know. I do love the Photoshop moments of iconic WWE moments, and Prime is just in the middle
Yeah,
of the fucking ring.
yeah.
That's the only good one.
Do you,
And
do you know what annoys me about it the most is the colors of it's horrible.
what
Like,
was
I
the
And
don't
color?
like
what?
the white, red, and blue.
Yeah, and like, there's so many bottles, so I don't know will that change. But like, that's probably the first bottle they brought out, like, which is the most common one.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna change colors at certain pay-per-views. I think depends on the color scheme they're gonna have. And another moment on SmackDown, real quick, lads, is night one. It is going to be a tag team match. It's going to be Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes facing on Hollywood Rock. He's back, lads. Don't deny it. And Roman Reigns with a certain stipulation. What's everyone's thoughts on that? We actually predicted it a while back, I think, and now
I,
it's coming to fruition.
yeah.
I think Phil
Uh,
predicted
there was a
it.
stipulation added to this match that just spoiled the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just got so annoyed because when he says you're never fighting for the belt again, we all know Cody's going to win, but you don't have to make it
Yeah.
that obvious.
Yeah, because I remember he had the same stipulation before with AEW
Yeah,
when he was facing Chris
and he
Jericho, but he
lost.
actually lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe they're gonna probably do with that. If he does lose, that means he has to face Seth Rollins. But yeah, it's like you said, whenever I hear a wrestler saying that, oh, if you lose, you have to leave, then I'm like, then I know that person's gonna win.
yeah,
So with adding that stipulation, yeah, I was like, that kind of ruined the whole thing.
it did.
And what we're going to talk more closely when it comes to WrestleMania, the actual night. But what's everyone's predictions for the tag match
Oh, I
leading up
think the
to
heels have to win.
the heels? Yeah,
I think they have to.
Oh yeah, the Rock and Roman are winning that match,
You have to, yeah.
yeah,
They have.
and I want them to win that match.
Yeah. My only concern now is it better not be for the Raw tag belts. They better not win the tag belts, Rock and Roman. Or Cody and or Seth, one of them. I just don't want that to be that. I don't want that to
no.
be a tag title match.
Just
If
a
that means
question: what's the so Roman has the undisputed championship, right?
Yeah,
mm,
And Seth has the, what do they call it, the World Heavyweight
World
Championship,
Heavyweight
right?
yeah,
Champion.
Does it stay the undisputed championship? Yeah, because undisputed means that's kind of like two belts, really, isn't it? Like,
yeah. It's undisputed as you're only one champion, really.
does it revert? Does it revert back to a new name after?
No,
I
I
think it's
don't
just
think
called
so.
the
Because
WWE
Drew Mac.
Champion. Yeah,
Because you miss here WWE champion, the WWE
Yeah,
champion.
I
You know,
think I
now
think
it's like,
I think The Rock was trying to get that to happen, but I just with today's wrestlers you can't. There's just too
mm,
much.
yeah,
yeah, so much. Because when you mentioned about like Rock and Roman winning the tag team titles, I was like, that's not going to last long because The Rock has a pretty intense schedule. Like, so.
Yeah,
Either they're gonna hand the titles over to Solo and Jay, or like they're just gonna lose this. So
please
can't see
keep the
that
belts
happening.
out of it, though. That's what I would say.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Phil's the prediction man here at the
I
moment. What do you
think
think
I saw something earlier that I found very intriguing that I am going to share because I thought it was very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that the tag match, Rock and Reigns would win, and then at night 2, Brock Lesnar would come back and help Cody um, fight off the bloodline, almost like a bodyguard.
But why would Brock do that? That's no. It's a great theory. I love it. I'm
Yeah,
just that's what I want to.
I just think they need a way to bring Brock back, and I don't think that, as I thought they'd put him against Gunther, but I have a feeling he's coming back.
Tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me if he's in that Gauntlet match later.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before the show, about that possibility of Brock coming back.
Yeah,
Now,
I think he's been cleared to come back. So
yeah, I haven't kept up with what's going on with the drama with Vince McMahon, Brock Lesnar at the moment. I think it'll be a huge pop for Brock Lesnar. Now, personally, for the Gauntlet match, I'm going for JD McDonough because look, represent our own. But yeah, I think if Brock does come back, it's gonna be a big one against him and Gunther. Is it big talks or is it just like us predicting right now, being bold?
no, I think there could be something to it. I think Brock is definitely like people are talking about him a lot. That means something's up.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it means he's come back to do the match because they might decide, oh wait, if we put him in a match, people are going to start chanting all this nonsense at him.
Yeah,
Like people will
wrestling
chant a load of
fans.
names at him, and we had that recently with Chris Jericho, and it wasn't nice.
Yeah. And it would be like Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20 all over again.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Whereas if he came out just to save Cody or whatever, it would be a huge pop, and it wouldn't. That's why I was thinking, okay, that's pretty good.
But see, Cody might stop that then. Like I know, like just say I know Brock is back. Brock is back tonight, or he's back in a couple of weeks right now. Brock would have done nothing. We all know here it's not rocket science that he's been under the scope the last couple of weeks. Apparently there's accusations, right? So we don't know if it's true or not. But
his name was mentioned. That's all I saw.
Yeah. So and I personally look, I didn't read into it, but if Brock is back, right? We all know what Brock is. He's an animal. I love him. Yeah, he's a great wrestler. I think he gets a big pop. I think he's been really immense since he rediscovered himself, had the kind of cowboy gimmick. So like what I'm gonna say is that if like we all wanted that Brock and Gunther match, first of all. And if it happens, I reckon Gunther beats him at Mania. I really do, right?
I agree with you. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though. You wonder if Brock comes out and does something because we're saying The Rock might do a heel turn, right? That we're saying The Rock might turn on Roman on night 2 and such. But yet again, if they want to keep The Rock and Roman together and if they go on the fucking march for a couple of months after Mania, then yeah, it is a great idea to bring Brock back. But does Cody want that? Does he want a clean win? Surely.
I don't know. That's the question.
Yeah, because
so many questions. It's great though.
Yeah, I think this is the beauty of being on the road to WrestleMania, lads. Just having like these unpredictable moments coming up. I would love to see Brock coming back, facing Gunther. But yeah, I'd say Gunther's gonna win this one. Because I can't see the mid-card title on Brock Lesnar. To be honest, he was not made for it.
It's the only belt he's not really won though.
Yeah, it's a possibility. But let's talk about real life, unfortunately. If Brock wins the match and comes back, it's like what she said, people are going to be chanting him.
If he's in a match, people will be chanting it because the match will be on for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So keep it short, like.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. It's like we're recording today on Monday, so this can be posted like just after Raw. So let's just say like Brock Lesnar comes back. Let's do our quick talks about that. Lads, Brock Lesnar came back to Raw. Cannot believe it. Facing Gunther. How bad? And let's say Brock doesn't come back. Remember we were talking about Brock Lesnar coming back? It was great crack. But that was our reactions to what may or may not happen. But yeah.
And, I know that we don't have long left because I know Jerry has a big interview soon.
Yeah, big interview. Jerry's a busy man. Now, unfortunately, WrestleSlam, we couldn't make Hard Knocks this weekend. We all have busy schedules. But of course, one man made a historic moment in Hard Knocks. The founding father himself, Steve fucking Savage, is now your first ever Hard Knocks.
Steve fucking Savage.
Steve fucking Savage is your new Hard Knocks Hardcore champion. And yeah, So, Steve, if you're watching this, you're some man, you're some savage.
I
Keep
love
on.
the belt. I love the
stay on
belt
for a
as
while.
well. It's a fucking great belt.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
hardcore looks nice.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, will it be a 24-hour belt? Do you think he'll bring it over to RCW? You never know.
I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
be interesting.
why do you want to try and win it the next time we interview him, is it?
I have no comment for that, lads.
I wouldn't fucking try and pin Steve Savage anyway. It wouldn't be worth my while, you know. He'll beat the shit out of the three of us. But yeah, I think I've seen the Five Marks boys. They had it up on. I think Martin had it up on Instagram. The belt looked beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing. Who knows? Yeah, maybe it will be in Cork. You know, maybe Matt Murphy will try and pin Steve fucking Savage, or else Steve will just snap Matt's arm. It'll be one or the other.
Yeah. Well. Guess what? I just came back from weightlifting class and I did a superset of squats and deadlifts. Steve Savage.
Matt, Steve Savage is right behind you, bud. He's right behind you.
I told you not to do that. God's sake. Anyway,
Some news there just before we go. Some interesting stuff. Muhammad Ali inducted into Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's right. Greatest of all time. We'll talk about that real quick. Thoughts, lads?
It was probably a Vince McMahon thing because he should have been in a long time ago.
So are you in agreement that he should be in it? Yeah, given the fact
100%. He's iconic and he was part of the first WrestleMania.
Yeah. I agree. And
I just think Vince McMahon has an issue with certain people because Bull Nakano should have been in there a long time ago as well.
Yeah. I agree. I think Ali in the Hall of Fame is class because look, obviously first Mania and the fact that they normally induct someone out of the box. Like, you know, I know we've seen people over the years.
Yeah.
But he's just it'll bring a lot of good attention to Mania. I think you said in the box, Phil, that you reckon Stallone's going to induct him.
Yeah, someone said that. Yeah, no, it wasn't me. I'm not going to take the credit for that one.
Yeah, well,
but no, it's true. I agree with it.
It makes sense. I hope his daughters are there. I know he's got a big family. It'd be good to see Leah
Stallone
Ali.
has to be part of Philadelphia, surely.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time. And if anyone doubts it,
I'm the greatest. Joe Frazier.
Got so many moments. I think my favorite moment is when he came to England for the first time. He was wearing a crown, and the interviewer says, "Why are you wearing a crown for your entrance?" He was like, "Because I'm the king. You have a queen, but you don't have a king." So that is it. So before we wrap up, a big reminder, lads: RCW. I'm Brian, and so is my wife. Is going to be at the PAV on Good Friday. Tickets on sale are still available, lads. Yeah.
Just almost. I heard. Yeah, they're selling fast, guys. Yeah, they're selling fast.
They will be sold out by time showtime.
And if you're still on the fence, here's what the match we got so far. We got Anita Vaughn facing Rhea herself, and we got the debut of Be Cool himself. You can see teaming up with Phil Boy and Justy, taking on Renzo Rose, the Sam, and the scariest man alive. What's in the box, Charlie? Is he not behind me? No, he's not behind me. Anyway, and Robbie X will be defending his Rebel X Championship for the first time against.
That could be match of the year. This one.
That could be match of the year. Every time you see Robbie X, lads, you're gonna be in for a show. So you haven't
Even
seen
Terry Thatcher is Terry Thatcher's something else.
Yeah. Phil said himself, Terry Thatcher making his RCW debut, buzzing for that, facing off also against Le Capitan, Layfield, Buzzard in a triple threat match. And that's the matches so far. More will be announced. Jerry had an amazing interview with Billy Bellum himself. If you want to hear more details, it is now on our YouTube page of WrestleSlam. And yeah, lads, take it away. Anything we need to mention?
You're just a great host.
Exactly.
It was so good to sit back and just have to answer questions. I like that. Matt, you're the new host. Congratulations.
What can I say? Like, yeah. And you would think that I know how to send off the show, but I don't. Good luck.
Come on, you can come up with something quickly. Come on, because you have a great intro. You always have a great intro. So
yeah, right. Some snappy. You know what? I got something.
You're
like,
not,
lads. Jerry, Phil, you guys are class. Everyone watching is class. So because of that, good night and have a class night.
Oh, I like it. See you
That
soon,
is it.
guys.
That's top of my head. Cheers, guys.